It's Entertainment Schmig.
And it's brought to you by Left Shark, I guess. He's now sponsoring the Schmig. A lot of people tuned in to see the Super Bowl record ratings once again. It seems like every year just tops the previous. 114.4 million. And Katy Perry, also the most watched halftime show in Super Bowl
history. Yeah, I heard
history.
that. That was kind of surprising. I mean, it seems to be growing. How is that possible?
I don't know.
Was there more hype on this one, or?
I think it's just like a global thing now.
Yeah, and coastal teams, we've always talked about how they always want that, New York versus L.A., even though I know it's Seattle and New England, but still, it's principle.
Big cities.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Right.
Big cities on the coasts.
But, yeah, there's been all this drama since we talked about Katy Perry's halftime show about Left Shark. The shark on the right knew the dance moves. The shark on the left was like, what happened? And they're two of Katy Perry's dancers. They identified themselves online yesterday. And actually, the one guy, Scott Merrick, changed his Twitter handle to Right Shark. And he also said life goal accomplished. But Left Shark, the incompetent dancing shark, is dancer Brian Gaw. He said he had somewhat of a wardrobe malfunction. It was a really quick costume change. He was having trouble seeing. He almost bumped into a palm tree. It was like kind of disastrous, and it was all like...
He was disoriented.
Yeah, it was really having
well,
having
it made
trouble.
it, though.
Yeah, it really did. But the interesting thing, everyone's talking about Left Shark, but Right Shark's really to blame for this whole Katy Perry Taylor Swift feud.
Oh, the good shark, the good dancer.
Why?
Well, remember...
Oh, this guy. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, remember how... Taylor alluded to the fact that Katy Perry stole some of her dancers from her tour. Scott was one of those dancers. And I thought the same thing, and apparently it's like the consensus on the internet. All of those dancers during the whole beach sequence during Katy Perry's halftime show with the high-waisted bikini bottoms and the like 50s looking tops and the headbands, that was kind of her shot at Taylor Swift, since she always wears like
those
a 50s style
bikinis.
bathing suit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot of people think that was on purpose.
Whoa, man,
So
that was a
she
big
really got her.
slap.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Wow.
Boom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, guess it worked. Katy Perry, even though the Super Bowl had like 114 million, she had close to 119 million watch her during the halftime show. So I hope Taylor's feeling the sting today. Bruce Jenner coming out with his story, and apparently the person to snag the exclusive first sit-down interview will be ABC's Diane Sawyer. He will talk about his transition with Diane ahead of his docuseries coming out, and that's supposed to start as early as May.
Called Transgender.
Right. We've named it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great name.
I do too.
It is.
Congratulations. You win. Bobbi Kristina, an update on her condition. And once again, we have lots of sources talking about the story. Okay, the family was gathered around her bedside, and apparently on Sunday night they were told to plan for the worst, and they started talking funeral arrangements. But it looked like yesterday they saw some brain activity. At one point she opened and closed her eyes, although doctors told them not to read too much into that. But TMZ is reporting that upon searching her house again, they did find drugs there.
They did.
Yeah. Another thing that came out was that apparently when paramedics and police responded to the scene, in the police report, they listed it as a drowning. And that's an important word. I mean, they don't use that word or throw it around lightly. That refers to someone
Who had died.
and was revived.
Wow.
So that as people are trying to learn more about her medical condition, they're saying the fact that word was used really means something, because it probably means that her condition, is not going to be great, since she did die and they did have to bring her back to life.
Either way, it's tragic.
It's just an awful, awful story. Let's move on to something lighter, shall we?
Yes.
Celebrity Apprentice and The Bachelor.
Oh, man.
Although-
Celebrity Apprentice last night was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
All right, hold on. Wait. We got Carol Channing, the voice of a dolphin, and let her do her Donald Trump for this.
Okay, so what happened in the first challenge It was Ian, Brandy, and no, it was the second challenge. Ian, Brandy, and
Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon. And so at first, Ian Ziering is saying, hey, I wrote a good jingle. They had the bad one. We'll come to find out his jingle was just La Cucaracha with Limerita in it because it was a Budweiser
Limerita.
challenge.
And it's a copyrighted song.
Yeah, so right away, Donald says, you fired, Ian. And he was shocked. Okay, so he leaves. And then it's Brandy and Johnny Damon. And he said, and I'm going to fire somebody else. And so then they're
Sounds
sitting
like
there.
Judge Judy.
It is a little
It's a hybrid.
Judge Trump. So then it's those two. Well, Johnny Damon wrote the jingle, and he said, well, your jingle was the one that was bad. You're the one that wrote it. But he wasn't the project manager. Brandy was. Johnny Damon, you wrote the jingle. You're fired. Brandy, you're the project manager. You're fired. Fired the whole team.
Everybody
yeah.
got fired.
That was the second episode. The first episode was good, too.
Well, and the first episode was just as crazy because it was a fight between Kenya and Vivica A. Fox, who, did she steal the phone? Did she not steal the phone? Oh, now I sound like Regis Trump. What the heck? But yeah, so Kenya was accused of stealing Vivica A. Fox's phone and sending a tweet out from Vivica's account saying that she was menopausal.
Yes.
Whoa.
Not good. So at the end, it was Kenya, you're fired. And
Yeah.
here's what happened on her way out.
First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity. You have been nothing but kind and gracious to me. Your sons are amazing. Your family is amazing.
Thank you, Kenya.
Thank you very much. And Vivica, I wish you all the luck in the world. And I certainly do not go.
I could care less.
Bounce.
Well, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Trump.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Kenya.
Thank you, Kenya.
She stole my phone.
Oh, she'll never get over that. I could care less. Bounce.
That's going to be our new out for Entertainment Schmig. We'll talk about The Bachelor at 8:40, but for now,
Bounce.
A long week.